Happy Wednesday. We're in the middle of the week and I'm I'll save how I feel for after we sing our song. Okay, so let's get ourselves ready first. So get your feet out nice and long and then we'll do crisscross applesauce, spoons in our bowls. Take a deep breath and we're ready to go. Rise and shine and welcome to school today. Rise and shine and welcome to school today. Rise and shine and welcome to school today. We're so glad you're here. And I'm so glad you're here. I'm going to ask you how you are feeling. And right now I'm feeling surprised because I don't have the feeling card that I wanted. So today I'm feeling excited. I'm very excited for the activity we're doing. So how are you feeling today? Are you feeling excited? Which is a really big happy. Are you feeling worried because you don't know what we're doing today and you're like, why is this so exciting? What is it? Or maybe, are you feeling angry? I hope not. But if you are, that's okay. Remember we talked about that yesterday, that all feelings are okay. So how are you today, friends? All right. You know what I want to know? How many friends are here today? Here to learn, here to play. How many friends are here today? Can you count them? So I'm going to get out my board and make my T-chart. And while I do that, maybe you can run around and count how many people are in your house right now. And while you do that, I'm going to make my T-chart. P for present. A for absent. Okay, did you finish counting? All right, so in my house right now, there's me, there's Mike, Miranda, Matthew, and Bella. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Everybody is awake in my house. So I'm going to make a 5 there for present. And absent, 0 people are absent. Everybody woke up? Everybody's ready to go for the day. So, what do you think? Do we have more friends or people that are present or absent? Let's do our counting. So start at 0 and let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. 5, right? And 5 is a higher number than 0. So there are more friends or people that are present and 0 friends that are still asleep. So, I am so excited for our activity today because I think it's silly and I think it's fun. But before we do that, we got to get our bodies ready for learning. So let's do a little bit of a movement and let's do a little bit of some breath work. So we're going to do our bear breath, right? We'll get Teddy. All right, Teddy, you ready? Let's do some breath work. So remember how we talked about that bears take a long sleep all winter long. They hibernate. And then they wake up. Can you wake up your big bear? Wake up, big yawn. Good, let's wake up on big bear yawn. Good. Now put your hands on your knees and let's do a big bear breath. Ready? Take a deep breath in. You can close your eyes. Good, another deep breath in. And one more. Good. Do you feel awake now like the bears? Do you feel awake too, Teddy? You wake up from your slumber? Oh, good. Okay, so let's get our bodies ready for learning. So we're going to open up our minds for learning. Get our brains ready. Open up our ears for listening. Good. And I'm going to draw for you what we're going to do today. Teddy's going to sit over here. Okay. You ready? see that? So we have a bear and we have a mouth, and in that mouth are some teeth. But this tooth is black because, maybe I won't make it black, maybe I'll make it hanging down, because it's loose. Have you had a loose tooth yet? Have you lost a tooth yet? Has a tooth fairy come to your house yet? Well, friends, every kid loses their teeth, and then when you lose your baby teeth, your adult teeth grow in. So today, we're going to play a game called, I forgot the name of it, it's called Race to the Loose Tooth. Or no, sorry, Race to the Last Tooth, that's it. So we are going to play we'll call it a racing game. How about that sentence? We are going to play a racing game. Okay. We are going to play a racing game, period, at the end. We are going to play a racing game. And that's going to be our activity, and it's super fun and super silly. So let's fill in our words. We are going to play a racing game. We are going to play a racing game. Good. So let's get our fingers ready. Let's tap and count our words, or tap and say our words. We are going to play a racing game. We're going to play a racing game for our activity on Race to the Last Tooth, which is kind of silly. And the reason why we're doing that is because this is your clue. Here's Bear. We're reading all books this week about Bear, books by Karma Wilson and Jane Chapman. And in the story we're reading today is called Bear's Loose Tooth. Bear's tooth, and that's the one that's loose. And you're going to see what happens when Bear has a loose tooth. And then after that, we will play our game. But before we do that, let's wiggle our fingers. Show me your 10 fingers. And close them. And let's count. 1 little, 2 little, 3 little bear cubs, 4 little, 5 little, 6 little bear cubs, 7 little, 8 little, 9 little bear cubs, 10 little bear cubs go grrrr. All right, let's do it again. Wiggle your fingers and close them. And let's count. 1 little, 2 little, 3 little bear cubs, 4 little, 5 little, 6 little bear cubs, 7 little, 8 little, 9 little bear cubs, 10 little bear cubs go grrrr. Those silly bear cubs. All right, good counting, friends. Here we go. I'm going to bring the book to you so you can see the cover of the book, the front cover, right? Books have front covers. And look at Bear's face. His face is so surprised, shocked. And here's the title of the book, Bear's Loose Tooth. And look at his friends. Even Bear's friends' faces are a little shocked and surprised. Look at Raven. Look at Gopher's face. So let's take a look at our story by Karma Wilson and Jane Chapman called Bear's Loose Tooth. Oh, there's Bear's cave. From a cave in the forest came a munch, munch, crunch, as Bear and his friends all nibbled on their lunch. Bear savored every bite. He gulped and he gobbled. Then there in his mouth, something wiggled and wobbled. As Bear nibbled food, something moved when he chewed. It was Bear's loose tooth. Bear pointed in his mouth and he said, "Oh dear, My tooth feels funny. It's the one right here. Bear frowned and he worried. Tears welled in his eyes. But how will I eat if my tooth says goodbye? Hare said, open wide. Then he looked inside and saw Bear's loose tooth. Mouse squeaked, don't fret, don't fuss, look, see. A new tooth will grow where the old used to be. We'll help, said Wren. I know what to do. It's out with the old and in with the new, right? We lose our baby teeth and we get our grown-up teeth. Wren perched up on Bear's lip. There's Wren. And he got a good grip on Bear's loose tooth. Is Wren going to try and pull his tooth out? Wren pulled on the tooth with all of his might. Is it out? Asked Bear. But it stayed stuck tight. I'm a bit too small for the job, said Wren. So Owl grabbed the tooth. But the tooth stayed in. It wasn't ready to come out yet. Badger said, I'll try. And he gave a big pry on Bear's loose tooth. And look, Badger and Hare and Wren, they're all trying to pull the tooth. But the tooth isn't ready yet. They all took a turn, but the tooth wouldn't budge. Then Bear used his tongue and gave a little nudge. His tooth wiggled to and fro. Then what do you know? Bear's tooth fell out. Bear danced a big dance. Bear grinned a big grin. Bear held up his tooth and he showed all his friends. And there it is in his paw. He's holding his tooth and he's so happy. What do you think's going to happen next? Now that his tooth fell out, what do you think will happen? Will someone special come to get his tooth from him? Bear looked in the mirror and he laughed at his smile. A new tooth would come, but it might take a while. That night in bed, right next to his head, lay Bear's loose tooth. While he slept and he snored, a fairy fluttered in and she left blueberries where Bear's tooth had been. Look, who is that? Yeah, it's the tooth fairy. He woke in the morning and found the sweet treat and found Bear's friends came for breakfast. They sat down to eat. Bear gulped and he gobbled and he felt something wobble. Uh-oh. And look at his face. Uh-oh. Bear's loose tooth. He has another loose tooth. And look at his friends. They're all laughing for silly Bear. The end. Isn't that such a fun story? See, even bears lose their teeth, but then the grown-up ones come back in, and then he has his teeth again. But did you notice how he used his tongue? Everybody tried to wiggle, and pull his tooth, but it just wasn't ready. And that's what happens with loose teeth. You just gotta wait till they're ready. And then he played with it with his tongue, and it came right out. And then who came? Yeah, the tooth fairy came. And what did he give him? Blueberries. Bears love berries. And they love to eat berries more than anything else. Okay, you ready for our activity today? I'm very excited because I think it's so fun. It's kind of funny. So race to the last two. So if you had paper at your house, you're just going to fold it in half, and you can have a grown-up friend help you cut it out into the shape of a mouth. This is my mouth. It kind of looks like a tongue, but you know, we do our best. And then I drew 10 circles on the top, 10 circles on the bottom. So let's count how many circles I have. I'm going to start over here. I'm going to keep my finger here so I don't lose where I started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So 20 teeth. But the teeth are missing. It's just circles, right? So the way you play the game, race to the last tooth, is you're going to actually fill in your teeth. And you can use anything you have in your house. So for this game, usually we use marshmallows, but I don't have any marshmallows at my house. So I have Cheerios. So I'm going to use Cheerios, and I'm going to fill all of my spots, and you can count as you fill your spots and count all the way up to 20. And then you're going to put them in the circle, and you're not going to take them out, and you're not going to eat them yet because it's not time yet. That's why we need to race to the last tooth. All right, so I have them almost there. I'm trying my best because I want you to see, right? We always just do our best. Okay, so I have all my teeth in my mouth. So for the grown-up friends, you can play this game a couple of ways. You can use a deck of cards, or you can use a die. I have a die, and it has little dots on it. So I'm going to roll my die, and this one has 1. So I'm going to take 1 out. We put them in, now we're going to take them out. Now when you take it out, you can eat it up. And you're going to keep rolling. I got a 2 that time. So I'm going to take 1, 2 away, and I'm going to eat them up. And you keep rolling. Oh my goodness, look at that. That's a lot of dots. I'm going to have to count them. So for some reason the camera turned off, but that's okay. So keep playing your game, race to the last tooth. If you have a family member or a grown-up friend or a sibling, maybe you can make one for them and you can both play the game. And if you don't have a die, you can always use your deck of cards, flipping over the number. And if you don't have paper to cut into a mouth, you can always use an egg carton. So have so much fun with it. And I will be making another science video. And this next one we're going to do is we're going to make paper boats with toothpaste. I wonder what that experiment will be. But you'll have to look at that and see. But for now, we're going to sing goodbye and so long. It's time to stay home. School's done for today. Goodbye and so long. Goodbye, friends. I will see you tomorrow. Have a fantastic day.